A Scottsbluff man facing a variety of felony charges following a disturbance at a local residence. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, a violent altercation lands a Scottsbluff man behind bars and a variety of criminal charges. Court records show that 33-year-old Benjamin Keller has been charged with second-degree assault, strangulation, and terroristic threats. The incident began when Keller began yelling at his housemates and escalated to assaulting the victims with a hammer and refusing to allow them to leave the home. After police arrived, the victims told authorities that Keller had not been taking his medication leading up to the incident. Bond has been set at $150,000, and he was scheduled to be back in court today for his preliminary hearing. Well, a 47-year-old Gehring man facing 3 drug distribution charges here in Scottsbluff County has struck a plea deal to avoid going to trial. Rogelio Gould Jr. was facing charges of possession with intent to distribute methamphetamine between 10 and 28 grams and 2 counts of distribution of fentanyl. Last week in district court, he pleaded no contest to the meth distribution charge, and in exchange for his plea, the fentanyl distribution charges were dropped. The state agreed to recommend no more than 3 years of prison when he's sentenced on June 20th. We'll have more news right after this.
Swipe right, swipe left, endlessly searching. Finding the perfect match isn't always perfect, but it can be when it comes to finances. Nora found the perfect business loan. Jenny opened her first savings account. Grammy loves her checking account. We found a match for Wilson Farms. The Sandersons were matched with a mortgage. Regardless of your financial situation, Platte Valley Bank will match you with the perfect solution. Find your match at Platte Valley Bank.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
Culture trumps everything else.
In my years, I've never worked for a company that treats people the way this one does.
It is my passion for agriculture that brought me here in the first place, but not only that, there's a huge family-oriented atmosphere within the 21st Century Equipment.
I love working for 21st. They found something in me that I didn't know in myself. An intern to where I'm at now is such a great opportunity, and that is what this company is about.
Welcome back. The Scottsbluff City Council spent the majority of last Monday's meeting discussing a license agreement with local attorney Sterling Huff for his law offices on East 16th Street. Huff wants to build a balcony with an awning and needs to get certain permits and licenses if the structure will impact the right-of-way. Huff says this particular structure will be a weight-bearing balcony that will span roughly 7 feet above the sidewalk.
Essentially what I want to build is a deck with an awning above it, so you'll come out of my loft to the side and door and then go out on the deck, which should be above the sidewalk. There'll be 3 posts out toward the curb area. Obviously, the outside 2 line up my building, there's 1 parking spot in front of my building. So this will all align with the existing parking spot that I have.
Huff has had an engineering study completed and will also be doing facade improvements to the building as well. Following discussion, the council voted 4-0 in favor of authorizing the licensing agreement. Well, the state of Nebraska will pay more than $18 million to settle a 12-year-old civil lawsuit with more than 400 current and former Nebraska state troopers over a tangle of changes in pension contribution rates. In 2011, the legislature made changes to the rates, and the State Troopers Association of Nebraska sued, claiming a number of troopers had contracts with rates well below that set by lawmakers. Governor Jim Pillen, Attorney General Mike Hilgers, and several other officials and state lawmakers discussed the settlement on Thursday, with Hilgers saying it eliminates a cloud of uncertainty for all concerned.
I also want to note that it's unique in this time because of the heightened sensitivity that we all share as elected leaders I know, as well as individuals across Nebraska, with our sensitivity to morale in law enforcement. We want to ensure that law enforcement officers, no matter whether they're troopers or across the state, know that we have their backs and we're behind them. And this is an opportunity for us to say that today.
Pillen said the settlement, which avoided what would have been an expensive trial, was the right thing to do, and he was pleased the repayments could be accommodated within the state budget. The case covered trooper pension contributions stretching all the way back to 1995. And Chancellor Ronnie Green will offer Nebraska's May graduates some special words of wisdom before his departure from the university. Green, who plans to retire at the end of June, will deliver the keynote addresses during the University of Nebraska Lincoln's graduate and undergraduate commencement ceremonies on May 19th and 20th. As Chancellor, Green oversees an enrollment of more than 24,000 students and about 5,800 faculty and staff. Before coming Chancellor in 2016, he served as the University of Nebraska Systems Vice President for Agriculture and Natural Resources.
To sum up the past 20 years in one word, exceptional. It's one of our core values. But our people have been truly exceptional. Our customer support has been exceptional. In 20 years, where will Allo be? When we started, we were just a business fiber company. Then the demand came from residential. Now the products of both business and residential just continue to expand. We've got to start with customers' needs and always work backwards. The customers will tell us, and our teammates will take us there.
Now, sports from the FNBO Sports Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
Signings, recaps, and a spring game from over the weekend in Lincoln. Let's start with the WNCC volleyball team. Recently, all 9 sophomores signed to continue their careers at four-year schools. Cougar Palace, the setting for the big group to make it all official. Among the 9, All-American Erica Fava, who's heading to play at UNO.
I chose Omaha because I love the atmosphere. When I had my visit there, I love the coaches and the team, and I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to try a new role. I'm going to be a libero, so I'm excited to see how that goes.
2 of the Cougars will be heading to the same school to continue on as teammates. Ogallala native Jenna Curtis talks about continuing as teammates with Allie Maone. They'll be heading to play at South Dakota School of Mines.
We're super excited. Ever since we got here, we definitely just clicked right away, but we always talked about let's continue to go in the same place together as kind of a joke, but now that it's actually happening, it's kind of exciting. Yeah.
The full story provided by Mark Ryan was posted to the website late last week. You can check out the 9 Cougar volleyball players heading to the next level there. The WNCC baseball team earned a key weekend split at home against Southeast Community College. After dropping the 2 Saturday games, the Cougars came back with great pitching yesterday. Adrian Short got the win and struck out 11 in the opener. Eli Hernandez K'd 5 over 5 innings in Game 2. The Cougars connected on 3 total homers in the 2 games, and Bryce Peterson and Eli Book drove in a combined 5 runs. In that second victory yesterday, the Cougars will host Trinidad State later this week. And we'll close out with the red-white spring game in Lincoln on Saturday with some overall thoughts after.
I thought we ran the ball well at times with the first group. We tried to put a lot of different things on tape. I was disappointed we couldn't push the ball through the red zone early. But the turnovers and the balls on the ground bothered me, obviously. We had some missed tackles, but it didn't look like, the tackling didn't look atrocious. I thought the quarterbacks did a nice job moving the ball. Ran a little bit of the option game early. So I thought there were some good things there. I thought the kicking game, Timmy knocked that big one through early, but, obviously that left something to be desired later. We missed a couple kicks.
The white team, led by transfer quarterback Jeff Sims, coming out with a 21-7 win over the Red Squad. That is the latest today from the FNBO Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the people you know and trust.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you plan for tomorrow while you enjoy today. Our personalized trust services can help you do just that. You've worked hard to build your legacy, and you want to make sure that gets passed on for generations to come. We offer the professional guidance necessary to ensure that happens according to your wishes. We pride ourselves in being friendly and professional while offering a highly tailored full line of trust and estate planning services to accommodate you. You belong here.
And finally tonight, the Nebraska Public Service Commission has scheduled a series of community listening sessions on broadband access and digital opportunities. Early May community listening sessions in the Panhandle will be held May 8th in Sidney at 5 p.m. at the Cheyenne County Community Center, May 9th in Scottsbluff at noon at the Guadalupe Center, May 9th in Chadron at 5 p.m. in Chadron State College's Scottsbluff Room, and on May 10th in Alliance at 5 p.m. at the Knight Museum. The listening sessions are designed to engage a diverse cross-section of Nebraskans to inform the development of comprehensive plans to address digital equity needs throughout the state and broadband deployment for unserved and underserved Nebraskans. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you here next time.